If you were born with a vagina, or even if you had one later installed in life, such as sex change. If you consider yourself a woman, Donald Trump doesn't much like you. Well, let me take that back a little. Let me rephrase it. Donald Trump really likes you if your vagina is connected to a beautiful piece of ass. Now, those are not my words. Let me quote from a Donald Trump interview a few years ago in Esquire magazine. When he was being taken to task about how he mistreats women, his response was, I don't care what they write about me as long as I have a beautiful piece of ass by my side. But she has to be young and beautiful. That's his quote. Now, let me give you kind of another. There's so many examples, I'd be here for hours and hours and hours and hours. Just Google Donald Trump's insults to women, and you got a whole laundry list. Let's just take the recent thing about the whole Miss Universe with Alicia Machado, I think. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. All that. Now, I didn't really think much about it until all this came up, but years ago I happened to just by accident turn on the TV, and there was, I forget, Miss Universe, Miss USA, one of those that Donald Trump co-owned. And I was watching the swimsuit competition. And as every woman paraded out in her swimsuit, it was quite obvious she was sporting a camel toe. And I thought, well, that's odd. I've never quite seen that in a beauty pageant, not of that kind of status or that nature of a beauty pageant. Every woman displaying a camel toe. And I'm thinking, how embarrassing that must be. Now, I knew Donald Trump had control over these beauty pageants, and he had control over what they wear. And I couldn't help but thinking, these women, these poor women, they look in the mirror before they go on stage. They know what they're displaying. And now they got to walk in front of all America with this camel toe there. Now, it's a different thing if you're like at one of these Las Vegas, say, for example, pool parties where these women wear these little bikinis. They're like two pieces of dental floss wrapped around their body. And some of them you can, see the outline of their nipples. They're got a camel toe going on. But these ladies, before they go out to the pool, they're looking in the mirror when they're home putting on that swimsuit. They know damn well what they're showing off. But that's their choice, and that's okay. But these ladies in the beauty pageant, they're kind of forced to wear these bathing suits, these really tight bottom bathing suits. Now, when this whole thing about recent Miss Universe thing came out with Donald Trump, I just happened to find a quote that Donald Trump had written about when he took over, when he bought the different beauty pageants. And his quote was, when we bought the Miss Universe or Miss USA, I can't remember which one it was now, when we bought the beauty pageant, we made the swimsuits tighter and our ratings went up. That's a quote from Donald Trump. And Google it and see all the insults he's made toward women. Look at his wife. Drop dead, gorgeous, beautiful supermodel of Melania Trump. Now, look at Donald Trump. Now, by his own standards, by his own beauty standards, Donald Trump wouldn't pass. Next time you see a photo or video of Donald Trump, look at him. By no stretch of the imagination is he a physically attractive guy. In fact, he's quite unattractive. Look at his double chin. Just look at his face. He's not an attractive man. No way in hell would a man get that kind of woman like Melania Trump unless he's got a lot of money. Or at least he portrays he has a lot of money and can provide her a lifestyle, which in turn makes her a trophy wife, which you see that a lot, which in turn makes Melania Trump a gold digger. Now, given that conservative Republicans, they have always had as one of their platforms high moral standards and high moral values, well, God forbid if Donald Trump should win the election. And here we have in the White House a guy with a trophy wife who only thinks women are worthwhile if they're a beautiful piece of ass. And we have as his wife a gold digger. Yep, that's real good old moral family values there. Now, one more thing. Donald Trump and his attitude toward women. In interviews, when they asked Barack and Michelle to speak of their daughters, they spoke very highly and in very glowing terms, which obviously most parents would. When Donald Trump was asked to speak about Ivanka Trump, his daughter, here's what he said. Well, she's really attractive and pretty, very pretty. If I wasn't her father, I'd date her. That's kind of like saying, well, if she wasn't my daughter, I'd fuck her. Come on, man. Can't you think of something a little bit, more, I don't know, classy to say about your own daughter? Now, obviously, I'm not a woman, so I can't really speak for women, but as a man, I just don't understand how you, as a woman, can vote for this guy. I mean, what if I went on social media, for example, and just found a photo of, or took one of my friends or my followers on social media, a female, and I messaged you and I said, I saw one of your photos today and, oh my God, you're ugly. You're not physically attractive at all. Or you're fat, or you're overweight, or you're just not a beautiful piece of ass. What if I said something like that? You as a woman would just tear into me. You would write something back calling me an asshole, a scumbag. You would just rip me apart. Or else maybe you would just reply and say, you know what, you're such a scumbag, you're not even worth the reply. Now, I would never do something like that. But if I did, that's probably how you as a woman would respond. And I'm nobody. I'm not running for president, but you would respond in that strong of a way to me. I know you would. Yet, as a woman, these things that Donald Trump says, once again, Google the insults that he has made over the decades to women. As a woman, you see, and voting for Trump, you seem to be okay with that. As a man, I just don't understand it. I don't get it. From my perspective, if you're a woman and you're thinking about voting for Trump, I consider you reconsider that opinion and that choice. Thank you.